Camp Justice, known in Arabic as Camp al-Adala, was a military base in a district of Baghdad. It was originally called Camp Banzai when it was established in 2004, but the name was soon changed to something that sounded more neutral and respectful, a name that symbolised law, order and justice. The base became famous, or perhaps infamous, for one reason. It was a place where some of the most feared men in Iraq's recent history were executed. These were the men who ruled alongside Saddam Hussein and who were responsible for years of oppression, violence and fear. The most famous execution at Camp Justice happened on December 30th, 2006. In the early hours of the morning, Saddam Hussein, Iraq's dictator for more than 2 decades, was led to a set of gallows inside the base. He had been found guilty of crimes against humanity for the massacre of more than 140 people in the town of Dujal in 1982. His hanging was filmed and in part shown to the world, making it one of the most widely viewed executions in modern history. For many Iraqis it was the end of an era, for others it was a moment of revenge. Only 2 weeks later, on January 15, 2007, the gallows at Camp Justice claimed 2 more high-profile lives. Barzan Ibrahim al-Tikriti, Saddam's half-brother and former head of the Iraqi intelligence, was hanged alongside Awad Hamed al-Bandar, the chief judge of Saddam's revolutionary court. Both had been found guilty for their role in the same Dujal massacre. Barzan's execution was particularly shocking. The force of the drop allegedly caused his head to be severed from his body. On March 20, 2007, another key figure from Saddam's regime, Taha Yassin Ramadan, was executed. He had served as Saddam's vice president and had originally been sentenced to life imprisonment. An appeal court decided that wasn't enough, and he was resentenced to death. His hanging further cemented Camp Justice's place as the main stage for Iraq's reckoning with its past. Perhaps the most infamous of all the later executions was that of Ali Hassan al-Majid, better known as Chemical Ali. He was Saddam's cousin and earned the nickname for ordering chemical weapons attacks, including the 1988 gas attack on the Kurdish town of Halabia, which killed thousands. Over the years, he received 4 separate death sentences for different crimes. On January 25, 2010, he too was taken to Camp Justice's gallows. Camp Justice was not only a place for high-profile hangings, it also housed Iraq's women's death row. The women were kept in a small section of the prison, often with their children as they awaited execution. The conditions were cramped. The space was built for 25 women, but at times held more than 35. The gallows at Camp Justice were simple, but heavy with symbolism. They were a sign to Iraqis and to the world that the old regime was gone, and that the country was trying to rebuild under new rules. But they also stirred up deep division. Supporters of the executions saw them as justice for years of suffering under Saddam's dictatorship. Critics, however, felt the hangings were rushed, politically motivated, or carried out in ways that undermined the dignity of the process. Between 2006 and 2010, Camp Justice's gallows ended the lives of Saddam Hussein and 4 of his closest allies. These executions marked the violent end and closure of one chapter in Iraq's history and the uncertain beginning of another. Today, the memory of Camp Justice remains tied to those final moments on the gallows, moments when Iraq tried to put its dark past to rest, even as if it faced an uncertain future. Thanks for watching. To support our channel, please make sure to subscribe, and once again, thank you so much for watching.